guys, welcome back. We're tied up here. Prime versus oGs. It's going to be Czech versus Nada. Some foreign fans in the audience. You guys should be here too if you live in Seoul, or if you're visiting, or if you plan on going to Seoul, or if you're not planning on going to Seoul, you should plan on going to Seoul and then follow the next steps on the ladder.
Absolutely. We are tied 2 apiece here for both these teams. Very interesting game so far. But Czech, I have to talk with you about this. We'll check for this map. For this map and against Nada. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on the thought process behind it just yet.
It's been a map that a lot of Zergs disliked, but people are starting to figure it out more.
Yeah.
It's hard to hide bases. The third base is kind of far away. It's really easy for the Terran to just hit it and then run back home.
And, like, mine keeps going back to a very aggressive strategy by Czech. Something that Nada won't be like, he's going to expect something different from last game. Like, he knows that the Zergs can't really keep up with him in a macro game. So he's going to expect something like that. And I have to give it to Gerard. He has to know that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is probably something, we might see something unfold here that's very different than what you might expect.
Yeah. But I really want to see what it is, though.
Yeah, I'm really excited, man. All right, guys, the score is 2-2. Will Czech or Nada put their team forward to take the lead? Let's find out here at the GSTL Jupiter. All right, down here, the bottom left, the challenger from the Team Prime. He is following in Pung Pung's footsteps here at GSTL.
Yep.
His opponent, over here at the top right, he has so many achievements in StarCraft 1 and in StarCraft 2. A very consistent player on the team oGsTL. He is
oGsTL, Nada.
She's hiding again. All right, so right off the bat, Nada hasn't taken his gas just yet. There he goes, though. I was gonna say, is he gonna do another 2x? Nope.
I'm
taking
deep in
that gas.
thought about what the Czech is going to do here.
Well, it looks like he's gonna hatch.
Well, he's going to hatch first, yeah.
But then
you know what I'm talking about.
What happens next? Mutas are pretty good on this map. There's a lot of different areas you can kind of fly in and hit. The main is very wide open.
But we saw from last game that Nada really enjoys the mass marine composition, and every time he moved out, he always had his bunkers full of marines. He had the marines near the turrets in the main.
Yeah, he always had 10 marines in the main with a turret, and he always had 2 bunkers full of marines at his base.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more Terrans do that in the future, because you can be aggressive with 15 less marines and still do a lot of damage, and then when the backstabs come in, you're like, what backstab? I was ready for that.
Yeah.
So, Nada's going to come in here with this SV. He's going to see the hatch first. And, you know, I have to say, at first I thought this map choice was a little weird for a Zerg to pick, but we've just been seeing it so often now that I think that it's just not how Zergs, I don't think, feel the same way about this map as I do for them. They just feel pretty comfortable on it. And I think Nada's going to come in here and say, well, what do you got up your sleeve, Czech?
Another reason for it could be Gerard thinking later on with his final player might hate it.
Yeah, we
wants to get it out of
this
the way.
Off air, guys, is that when you use this map, it means it cannot be used again. So Czech might just be like, well, I feel pretty comfortable on this map. Got to get it out of the way because later on we are going to see it if someone else picks it. So we are going to see a Reaper expand out of Nada. First Reaper's going to come over here, try to do a little bit of damage. Of course, against the hatch first, it can be quite effective because there's no Zergling speed. With good Reaper control, you can kill a lot of drones, but more importantly, you just want to see exactly what your opponent's up to.
Exactly. But we do see the double queen coming out here from Czech. That's going to help him out immensely versus this type of build. You just sit your queen next to your hatch. You'll lose a couple of drones, but you're constantly damaging that Reaper. Whereas the Link's chasing behind, as you can see, it's like, come on.
Oh man, he even got a shot off without taking any hits. Oh, he did take 1 hit. Just barely.
Barely.
It's like that Zergling tried to grab his leg while he's jumping off the cliff. I couldn't even see it, it was so fast. Doing a little bit of damage here to these Lings. Very annoying. It's almost impossible for Czech to deal with this, but does have that queen well positioned now.
Needs to knock it off that creep though, because you can still kite the queens with creepers.
Yes, you can.
Oh, taking a lot of hits there.
Wants to see if there's a Roach Warren or a Baneling nest. He sees neither.
Yep.
The Reaper did not die in Bane. Blue Flame coming out here for Nada.
Oh, but there's the Roach Warren.
And against Blue Flame, a Roach Warren is something that's pretty useful to have.
Pretty useful.
I didn't do that pawn intentionally, but yeah, pretty useful to have.
Well, he has piped up that ramp, seen the command center, seen the tech lab on the factory. He's got to expect something coming. The Roach Warren's about to finish for him as well. So things looking up here for Czech.
Second factory going down for Nada, so he's going pretty heavy with this mech style. Roach Warren finishing up. How many roaches is he going to make? 5 roaches. So he's going to 6 roaches. He's going to put on a lot of pressure with these roaches.
Nope,
7 roaches.
Well, the good thing about this is he can leave 3 or 4 at home.
9 roaches.
Or
19 roaches.
Or he could just keep producing roaches and go and
well,
attack.
he's going to do this aggressive style that's really, really effective. You've seen, I mean, this is the specific strategy I think we might have been looking for. He expects Nada to go Hellions on this map, and he's just going to go for the roaches. Now he's going to get aggressive.
Yep.
He's already seen the tech lab on the barracks.
Because he's just going pure Hellion here.
Exactly, and he either knows it's going to be Blue Flame, which is going to be handy to have the roaches for anyways.
Yeah.
Or if he's going for like this really odd timed siege expand, he's not going to have siege mode in time for the Hellions anyway.
But he does see all these roaches coming across. Bunker going down at the top of the ramp.
He might want to lift his command center, and in fact he will.
Yep.
Lifts it up.
If
really
he can get
move.
at the top there before that bunker's done, it'll be very big for him. He's just getting some vision.
Yeah, he's already got that Overlord for vision. This is really nice by Czech.
Focus that SCV. There it goes. I
Does
can't see what's going on because the command center. Get out of the way.
He's actually, I think, doing that intentionally.
Yeah.
And
there we go. These roaches are coming up. They are bunched up though.
Yeah, the Hellion's doing a decent amount of damage, but the supply depot will fall.
Oh, he's actually supply blocks him. He's got a tank coming out.
Not much of an answer for this. That tank is going to be quite helpful.
Needs to repair it.
There's also a Marauder, and the Hellions, I think, are just doing too much damage.
Slow Ling's coming in as well. I think he just had them on the map. He's going to use it. Tank goes down. More roaches coming up the ramp here, getting a lot of SCV kills, focusing down the Blue Flames.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Nada, but I think he will hold this.
He will hold it, just barely, I think, because using those SCVs are great just to keep these roaches bunched up. He's getting a lot of kills here, though. He needs to focus down that Marauder. More roaches coming up. This is going to be a lot closer than we think. He's losing a lot of SCVs.
I actually think Czech is going to take this. He's just killing too many SCVs. He's made a third hatchery.
Some Lings coming down as well. He's almost got all these. He needs to focus down the Marauders. If he can get the Marauders,
oh man, the Lings are doing too much damage. The Marauder can't target the roaches.
There we go. He's still got 2 Marauders here, though, if he controls these right. He's getting a lot of SCVs. I don't think there's many left. There's only about 15 SCVs left. Now focusing down. There we go. Another tank coming out. Needs to get these.
Yeah, he is going to clean up these last roaches, and Nada knows that he's lifted his command, so he actually walls it off. Well, at least he thought so.
No, he didn't. More roaches coming
through. Yeah, these roaches taking a lot of hits.
It's all right.
Does
have vision still.
He's going to take out this Marauder. Well, he thought he was.
So close.
Does get a Hellion. And that is that for that attack, but right now 60 supply to 28.
Yeah.
40 drones to 18.
There we go. We knew something was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be some sort of type of unique build. We were talking about it beforehand, and we were like, I don't know what Czech's going to do. And then when he started out kind of normal, I was like, maybe he's just not going to do anything. He's just going to play normal.
Well, it was a good transition.
And, oh man, he is just trying to do everything he can with these roaches. I like this a lot, because if you poke at a tank, it doesn't regenerate its health, but the roaches will. And he catches this Hellion almost. One more shot will do it, though, and that Hellion's not going to get any drone kills, I can assure you that.
Yeah, he has a macro hatch now. He also has that third base going up. Nada's still stuck in his base. And he's actually half the supply now.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Nada. This aggression just did such a great amount of damage. And yeah, that Overlord itself is finally going to get chased out. That Overlord actually saved the day.
Yeah, gave him vision.
He's going to try to catch any Nada units that come out of the base. And does a little bit of damage to both those Hellions, but they do escape, which is going to allow Nada to continue to scout around the map. He's got 1 watchtower. He wants to check for those third bases. He wants to check the gold base location as well. Does check the watchtower.
But the fact is, like, Czech is just massing a lot of resources now. He's actually picking off almost picks off all the Marines. But he's keeping Nada on that one base. He can't really do much at the moment.
He's keeping him on one base. He's picking units off here and there while he gets a great economy.
Yeah.
So he can trade right now a little bit inefficiently because he's got a better economy. Second factory there finishes up.
Got the Evo chambers at the front to stop any kind of Hellion run-bys as well. Really good choice there.
2 Thors on the way for Nada.
He might be expecting more roaches.
Yeah, this is kind of one of the last things I'd expect if I were Czech is Thors coming out, because if you've got a decent amount of speedlings and you've got a good roach concave, you need support for those Thors, for the Thors to really work their magic. So Spire on the way though, forecheck, +1 Carapace and +1 melee attacks on the way as well. So those Evo Chambers you were talking about that help wall off are also pretty good for upgrades. It's a secondary function of Evo Chambers sometimes in this matchup.
So Nada's finally secured his natural, but he's just so... Like, he's actually catching back up in supply.
Yeah, he is.
Like, really quickly.
That's because he's Nada.
Yeah, exactly. But as soon as this tech comes out here for check, he's going to have to make something of it.
And
actually, interestingly...
He's just going to go for it. These Hellions do have Blue Flame.
Yeah.
And this attack didn't go very well at all.
No, I don't... Did he even kill anything?
No. But he did damage the Thor quite a bit.
He's getting that gold as well now. His tech is about to finish up. Does see what's going on. I'm surprised he still hasn't cancelled that Spire, at least for now. 52 Lings in production. I think he realized he's not going Blue Flame anymore. Here we go. Now it's going to start kicking in.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty scary. He does have a Baneling Nest as well, so he can roll in with Banelings, and even though Thors do quite well against Banelings, they can't be repaired. The Banelings, there's just so many of them, the Thors can't deal with all of them. They just come in and kill your SCVs. Yeah. Does take out this Overlord. Check just being very, very good with those Overlords, seeing everything he can.
Well, now he's up to the point where he doesn't really need that many more drones. He's just constantly putting out upgrades and units. He's going to start tearing ahead in the supply. And there's really nothing Nada can do about it at the moment because he hasn't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, he's got that one Thor out that he got out earlier. He has got second Thor in the main just ready for mutas. And those two Thors are going to be pretty good support units. He's got 4 siege tanks out. And his bio support army, though, is growing. And that's what he really needs here to deal with the roaches that are already out. And
but
roach
Check is
speed
going
is
to
about
get
to finish.
Check is going to get to 200 supply very, very quickly from here on. I think he's got that gold up and running now.
14 drones in production. He's going to probably send the majority of those right to that very gold base.
Yep. That means he's actually going to be on 82 drones. Unless I fail at math.
Nope, that's 82 math. Did your math right.
Yeah.
You actually can't be bad at math and play StarCraft.
No, you can't. Well, you could. You'd just be bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can play. I mean, like, your dog can play StarCraft, but is your dog in Diamond League?
And here we go, like we were saying. Check. Now, pretty much supply capped. 18 Banelings in production. Creep is going everywhere. Unless he, like, runs his units past before he attacks, I don't see him losing this game.
I don't think so either. I mean, he's got this great composition. He's got a really good mix. He's got 30 roaches out, 18 speed banes,
1,400 gas with an infestation bit on the way.
And when that comes out, he's probably going to research Neural after Pathogen Glands.
Yeah.
And when he's got Neural and against this type of composition, all he needs is like one fungal, a few Neurals, and then the Banelings, the Roaches, the Speedlings clean up everything
And he's
else.
actually going to see this unit composition going. There's a Roach sitting there. Actually, he's burrowed it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Doing a very similar thing to his teammate Pung Pung and always leaving burrowed units at the command center locations, seeing unit compositions, seeing where they are. More Banelings being morphed.
Being morphed.
And those Banelings right there are all going to go into the natural and do a backstab attack. Oh man, that is actually 12 Banelings being morphed right outside the natural.
Yeah.
And here they come!
We got Lings coming in as well.
Nada, are you ready for this one?
Nice job with the Lings actually leading there. Yeah, into the middle line. Split those SCVs.
And actually, is he going to save like all of them? He saved like almost all of those SCVs. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Nice split. He actually burrowed some Banelings there by the looks of it.
Yeah, did take out a few depots with those. It's actually going to supply block Nada.
Well, he's just reproducing all his stuff now. He's got 2-2 about to finish, starting to bank resources. He needs to go attack that third base of Nada, like right now. Yeah,
he absolutely does. Nada does have it pretty well defended. He's got 3 well-split siege tanks there, a decent amount of Marines, even having Thors prepared to deal with this as well. And it's a planetary, not to mention that. Well, I think that's why he's trying to attack the natural.
Well, looks like he's ready to flank here because he's got a lot of units on the left. Oh, here we go.
Man, is he just going to right-click?
Goodbye, planetary. Goodbye.
That's that, man.
Yep.
And those SCVs were playing a risky game there.
Did you just burrow in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if all those Banelings are splashing like that, you can't tell if that Baneling burrowed or died, man.
That's going to be pretty funny if he actually moves out that way, though. Taking another base. Check looking very strong.
Yeah, he is. He's maxed against a 150 supply.
Well, here we
army.
go. Nada moving forward.
And these roaches in a pretty good concave down here. Even the spine helping dealing with this push.
Oh, does lose that queen though. Looks like he's going to come in from the north and the south on this army. Roach is coming in. Banelings from the back. Nicely done by Check. There's too much
That
stuff.
is just going to be it, man.
Goodbye.
Cleans up everything. Now there's just a bunch of SCVs hanging out.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Is this the best place to hang out?
No.
It's like the school teacher Roach who's like, you guys can't play here. Get out. Chase them all the way back home to some angry parents, but those are some weak parents. Those roaches are like the teenagers that don't listen to their parents. They stay up after midnight anyways.
And now that he's taken out those stores, he's transitioned to mutas as well.
Yeah, he is. And 26 Banelings in production here.
Yeah.
He's just going to use that massive amount of Banelings to just do whatever he wants. When you have that many Banelings and you've got a better army than your opponent, you just do what you want.
And he's
Greater
already
Spire.
setting up. Yeah, he's already setting up for the Bruglord Infester.
In fact, he didn't even make any infestors yet from that
No.
infestation pit.
Still got 1500 gas though.
Yeah.
Well, he's
got-
maxed. He can't really do anything.
Yeah, he needs to get those upgrades for the infestors, but here come the mutas. They're just going to work. This armory actually did not research any upgrades at all. Those vehicles that you saw from Nada were at 0-0. Forced to stem on those Marines. They had to run back. That means no more Thors. Now that armory is gone.
Oh, does pick off this drop.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty bad for Nada too. I can't really imagine a situation in which Nada comes back from this game, although he is going to try.
Oh, he is going to get that Greater Spire.
Yeah, that Greater Spire gets
Oh, nice
transfused
transfuse.
twice. He actually has 2 more
Three.
transfuses.
Oh, is he going to get it? Oh my god.
Oh, sick save. Sickest save. Like, there used to be like a top 10 sickest saves video on YouTube. This would be number 1. That was the sickest save.
I think Check's angry now as unit's moving forward.
Oh, I think he is angry, man. He's like, don't you dare touch my Greater Spire. He's like, I'm going to give you some Zerglings here. Nada going for the final push. He's brought his SCVs.
Yeah.
But when SCVs try to fight against Banelings, something very interesting occurs. And it's going to occur now.
It's going to look like this. Oh.
The Banelings were at the back, but it doesn't matter. And that's
GG.
it. GG.
Just turned around for a second. The Prime Bench is going nuts. You missed it, Will. Too slow.
I know. Well, I'd be going nuts too. There they are. They're going nuts. Well played by Czech. He's like struggling to high-five everyone because he's so excited. Nada played well. I liked his aggression from the beginning.
He was just too far behind after the
Yeah.
roaches. Like,
I mean-
he was down like 20 workers. He was down a base as well. He was stuck inside his main.
You can say all you want about Nada's play and, you know, how he could have done things better, but after the roaches came into his base and killed all that stuff, I mean, he couldn't have played any better, I don't think, from that position.
He
did
was
the best
coming
he
back.
could. Yeah, he was.
But it was just a nice choice by Czech to just
constant-
Baneling bomb
yeah.
that planetary.
The Baneling bomb on the planetary and the constant Baneling aggression, even though Nada held off that, like, 12 Baneling attack at his
Yeah.
natural, he had so much economy, he just kept making units, and eventually you just overwhelm your opponent. There's Gerard. He made the right choice. He had that planned out. So this does put Prime ahead 3-2, and OGs has 1 life
One
left.
life left. Well,
Who's it
let's
gonna be?
think. We've got Supernova hasn't come out
Yeah,
yet. Puck
Supernova's
hasn't
pretty
come
good at
out yet.
TVZ.
The SDC is on the bench still as well. I think it's going to be one of those 3.
Yeah, you said Huck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those 3.
Yeah, it has to be one of those 3.
Just looking over there, I don't think we're going to see Juke 2. You know, he's going to ZVZ it up and then like try to win the next game. I don't think that's what we'll see.
No.
I don't think we'll see the Wind or Suzanne.
No, it'll be one of those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. But coming from the Prime bench, I really like that choice. Like we were saying before the match, something's coming. We just didn't know what.
Yeah, this is what we do during the breaks. We don't like go get a drink and go to the bathroom. We're just sitting there, we're like, why did they pick dual sight and check?
Yeah.
There has to be something bigger behind this, and like speculate and stuff.
Well, I have seen that build before.
Yeah.
It just played into his favor.
It's a
The
good
blue
thing
flame,
to do on a 2-player map, too.
Yeah. The blue flame, even reactor Hellions into that is very useful as well. Nada did get a big heads up with the watchtower, but he still didn't
His
get
bunker,
enough.
I mean, he made the bunker immediately, but it's
Yeah.
just like, what can you do?
Mhm.
And someone just got summoned from the audience. I don't know. We might get a shot of it in a second. I don't know what it's for, but
yeah, that's the dangerous part in this team league about having players that are that strong and are that well known, because you always run into builds like this.
as you guys can see behind me, someone just got someone from the audience. I don't know what it means.
But here we go. Let's find out who our final player.
Well, hold that thought.
Yeah, final player. Oh,
Is it going to be Huck?
Is it going to be Huck? Who is it? It is.
Liquid Huck comes out, the last player from OGSTL.
His first appearance in the team league.
Yes, it is. Huck, a very solid player. All of his matchups are strong. His PVT is the one that you're gonna have to, he's gonna have to worry about, but that's not what he has to worry about now.
Yeah. This is why strong all-around players are a great choice. Obviously, round of 16 in the world. Round of 16 this time as well. It's consistently well.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who this guy is.
Everyone knows who he is. His results there, 7 wins, 7 losses. That's pretty impressive for being a Code S player. That doesn't show all of his results outside of Korea. It doesn't show his results in the beta, his
Doesn't
ladder
show the
performance.
2 tournaments he's taken out very recently, back-to-back as well. But yeah, I really like this choice because he is an all-round player. You always want to put an all-rounded player at your last bet, especially if you're behind, because you need to worry about the player after you take out check.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Coming from if that situation happened, I can't see him being anyone except Marine King.
Yeah, I think
like-
Marine King will be last. Marine King's TVP is excellent. So, OGS, they got to be feeling a little bit tense about this. They know that they can rely on Huck, but it is their last life. If he messes up, something goes wrong. It's gonna be pretty rough.
We'll find out what map does he want.
Ooh.
Aldarim.
Aldarim Alter.
A lot of Zergs do not like this map.
No, they
CVP.
don't. It's very scary. There are a lot of
Yep.
timings that can hit you. It's very difficult to scout what your opponent's doing. And on top of that, the late game Protoss army is pretty hard to deal with without infestors. And not only just infestors, you have to have the right composition with the infestors.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared to trade armies in the best way possible. You have to be, your macro and your multitasking to play against the late game Protoss army has to be, to put it bluntly, much higher than the Protosses. So, good map choice by Huck. I think he also doesn't want to play a late game against Marine King on a map like this. So that may factor into his decision a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot more decision making that goes on than people think. The maps make a big part of it. Who you play, which maps they play on. Like, we'll see. Oh my God!
Oh
Countdown
my God!
started
The
well.
countdown has started unstable.
Let's see how Huck does in his first GSTL match.
Well, let's find out.
I wanted to start already. Load faster.
All right, Check Prime versus Huck. Huck, the last hope here for OGS at the GSTL Jupiter. I am Wolf. With me is Unstable. Let's jump into this game.